Hello, hello, and happy Thursday. My name is Melissa Kerman with Melissa's Crafting Treehouse, and you are joining me on my Facebook page for some crafting fun tonight. If you've joined in or watching the replay, either on Facebook or on YouTube. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and have been a demonstrator for over 19 years and love it every bit as much as I did when I started, maybe more even. Tonight, I have a fun project for you that is my Simple Sweet Stampers tutorial bundle project for the month of August. And I'm also going to be doing a stepped up version of the card that should be pretty interesting and fun for you as well. I see people joining in. Yay. Hi, Kimmy. Hi, Mary Beth. Your alarm worked. That's always good. An alarm is always good. Keep us on track, right? I need them myself. All right, I've got a bunch to cover tonight. Some announcements, and then of course the project. So I'm just going to dive right in. If you've just joined in, I have a project for you that's the Simple Sweet Stampers tutorial bundle project. The focus of this month's tutorial bundle is the Forest Friends suite. Now, as is often the case, I don't have the stamp set that goes with this suite, but I do have the designer paper, which is absolutely adorable. So that's what I'm going to be using. Hi, Jolene. Good to see you here. Excuse me. So a little bit on the announcements, and then we'll get to the project. So I have mentioned in the past, some weeks ago, that I'm working hard to earn the Norwegian Fjords incentive trip with Stampin' Up. I have earned 5 incentive trips in a row, and this is the one I'm the farthest from earning. So I have a ways to go. And I mentioned in my past Facebook Lives that I would be doing some things to try to increase my sales and get myself to this incentive trip. So we're in the home stretch. I've got about 7 weeks left, and so I have to hit this hard, otherwise it's not going to happen. So I have created a little thermometer chart to kind of track my progress. It looks like it's backwards there, but I am 66% of the way there, all right? I need 40,000 points, and oh, that number is wrong. I have 26,582 points, not dollars, points. So now, if you're at all familiar with Stampin' Up, we need to earn 40,000 points in order to earn incentive trips. And it's a combination of sales and incentives that we have for when people promote in our teams and join and qualify and all that good stuff. So that is not all sales, that's partly points. Anyway, sales are one of the main ways that you get points. So anyway, I've got a bunch of different things that I'm doing to try to increase my points. I am going to unabashedly ask for support. If it works for you, I would love your help with it. So let's see. I have a celebration special event, a class that people will earn when they meet one of 3 criteria. Either you have $150 in merchandise purchased by yourself through me during celebration, so July and August of 2022, or you host a party with me, or you become a Treehouse Chick, one of my team members. So I invite you to do that. And of course, sales in that case is the main way that, that I would get extra sales towards my goal. All right, what's next? I'm doing a blends color sale. Okay, now this is a great deal, whether you are a customer, whether you're a fellow demonstrator. What I'm offering is when you buy 4 blends alcohol markers through me, you get their combination packs. You will get 1 free from me. All right, so it's like a 25% discount for you guys. And this is one of the examples where even if you're a demonstrator, it still could work for you, partly as a favor to me and partly because, you just want the stuff and you want it at 25% off. Now, it sort of washes out if you're a demonstrator, right? Because you might get a 20% discount or you might get 25% discount if you're a demonstrator. But either way, I'm just putting it out. I've set a goal for each one of these specials that I'm doing. And for that one, I'm trying to get 12 people to do it. So 12 sets of 4 blends alcohol markers that you buy. Now, if you're a customer, that's a great deal, right? Because you're getting 25% off. And you can do as many sets of 4 as you want. So you can do 4, you can do 8, and for each set of 4, you'll get a free combo pack of Blends alcohol markers. So I'm doing this through September 1st, and the way it works is you would just go into my online store, purchase 4 Blends alcohol markers. If you buy other things in your order, that's fine too. I would, obviously look at that. And of course it would give me more points. And then I will order a Blends alcohol marker that you choose in whatever color, 1 or 2 or how many ever you qualify for, and I will send it to you. So there will be a form that you'll fill out to tell me what color you want, and there you go. So you just have to use my host code, and you have to order through me. And again, you can get 4 blends, 8, 12, how many? It keeps going, 16, 20. I know, I'm crazy, right? So this is going to go through September 1. Now, I am going to be traveling next week, and I may do something extra special for while I'm gone. I'm going to be at the Stampin' Up! Backstage event in New Orleans. Super excited to be going to this. This is only for demonstrators at the Title of Silver Elite and above. And it's a leadership training and networking, and I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I got an extra day on the front end to play and explore New Orleans just a little bit. So I'm going to be gone next week, which means it's going to be, it's going to be a little harder to get some work done. So I might do something extra special. I don't know. We'll see. See if I can get it organized. Anyway, so in other words, when I send you your blend, there might be an extra thing in there during this period that I'm going to be traveling. So that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so next up, my technique classes. My technique classes, oh, you love the blends promotion? Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad, Megan. Buy blends, buy blends, buy blends. People love the blends, right? I think they're my favorite coloring tool of all time, in fact. I just love them. Makes me feel like an artist, and I don't feel like I'm a very good colorer. But anyway, so technique classes. The deadline to sign up for my subscriptions, my clubs, and the upcoming tarnished foil technique class was supposed to be yesterday. I decided I'm going to extend the deadline because, as it turns out, my helper's going to come help me on Sunday. We're going to be cutting the materials, so I have a little bit more time than I thought. So anybody who's already signed up for the technique class, the tarnished foil technique class, oh, I'm glad you're here, Tracy. Let's see. Those materials will go out on Monday, so you'll have your kits by the time we do the class on August 30th. So back to technique classes. The clubs and subscriptions are only available twice a year, so February and August. And so if you're going to sign up for one of those, it has to happen by tomorrow. Now, both the club and subscription includes 3 classes, so the August, October, and December classes. Now, I just have to tell you, and I have it sitting over there. Later, I'm going to show you. I have worked on, the tarnished foil technique. It's a lot of people know me for that because it's a signature technique, something that I came up with that I absolutely adore. Really great for masculine cards. And so that's the theme for August. The October theme is faux leather. And I'm going to show you, I have created some really cool projects. Like usually what I do is I do 3 layouts and I do 2 of each for each technique classes. Usually the focal pieces, might be different. So they're going to look a little bit different because I'll use different products, but it's 3 layouts. For this faux leather class, I've got 6 distinct and different projects. A mix of cards and other things. And it is the coolest thing. Cool thing. So that's coming. And then of course in December, I have a technique called serigraph, which I haven't fully developed the projects for it. I've been sharing sneak peeks, not my favorite sneak peek, but it's going to be really cool too. So anyway, yes, so those are the 3 classes. Subscriptions are basically a fee-based offering. As you pay a class fee, but you pay less per class if you do it all 3 up front. The clubs, you basically get the class for free. You purchase a certain amount of product each of those 3 months, $75 in product, to get those classes those class materials for free. So that's the club scenario. Now the scenario, I'd love for you to sign up for a club or a subscription. I have a goal for 4 more members in my club for the Technique Club, and that of course gives me product sales points towards earning the incentive trip, right? But if you don't want to do the club or the subscription and get the great deal, right? Because you get a better deal in both situations, and with the club you get free product at the end. What I really want you to do is do a new product-based option for the tarnished foil class. So it includes a bunch of product, and in fact, I'm going to show you on the screen when I turn the camera down what those products are. There's 7 different products. They're all things that you need for the tarnished foil class. And basically you're getting the class for free. It's a very minimal amount. So because you're getting about $70 in product, it costs $75 to sign up for the product-based class option. I pay for shipping, you get the kits in the mail, all that good stuff. So really wanting to incentivize people to do that product-based option for the tarnished foil class for the obvious reason, trying to earn this incentive trip, right? So there will be details and links to all of these options in the description of this video once I'm finished. Okay, let's see what else. And yeah, so that's tarnished foil. Ask me questions if you have them. It's a lot of information. All right, and I did show my samples a couple weeks ago, I think, of the tarnished foil class. So if you want to go and get sneak peeks, you can look at them there. I'm also going to be using something that's going to be included in the class in tonight's project. All right, last but not least, by any means, I have committed to doing an event called Creative Extravaganza in Arlington, Texas, the day before the Onstage local event on November 11th. Onstage is the 12th. This event's going to be on the 11th. And it's going to include, well, I mean, the summary of it is essentially, in my mind, because I haven't designed yet, is like 2 technique classes with creative playtime and, you know, lots of interaction, lots of flexibility to make the projects as I've designed them or make them your own. So it's really going to be a lot of fun. So we'll have door prizes, we'll have a goodie bag. My friend and fellow demonstrator, Mary Beth Ravenstroff, who's here in the group, is my co-host for this event, and we are super excited about it. So the information is already online. We have an event that we've created in Facebook. I haven't shared it yet in this group, but it will be shared soon. And of course, the links will be in the video description as well. So if you are going to be in Arlington, Texas, or you know anybody that is going to be in Arlington, Texas for the Onstage event, please, please, please direct them our way. It's going to be a super fun event. Let's see what else. I guess that's pretty much it for my updates, my announcements. Let's turn the camera down and show you some more. Okay. Okay, so here's my little summary of all the things. So I've got my current host code right up there on the screen. So if you're going to take advantage of the Blends Alcohol Markers Fjords offer, Norwegian Fjords is the location for the 2023 incentive trip. I have a goal for 12 people doing 4 each, or 12, whatever, some combination of that or more. Okay, so that's my G12. Goal is 12. 25% discount. Use the host code, this one listed here at the top. And then, of course, you'll complete a form to tell me what free blends, either one or more, that you are eligible for, that you would like to get. Technique class subscriptions and clubs, deadline is August 19th. And steering you towards the club option, because you get free product and you get a free class. You get free product at the end, and of course you're placing orders with me in order to get the free product at the end. And of course the free product materials and all that good stuff. All right, and then I want you to choose the product-based option if you're just going to do the individual class, the Impressions of Tarnished Foil class. Again, the deadline is tomorrow. So that's my little summary. Now, as far as the tarnish foil class is concerned, like I said, you get 8 products. You're going to get a saddle brown StazOn, jet black StazOn. These embossing folders right here. So the Hive embossing folder. Now you can choose to pick a different embossing folder if you want. This one as well. These two come together, the stripes and splatters. I had someone replace theirs out for the eucalyptus, which also comes in a pair, and I'm going to be using the eucalyptus tonight. You're going to get a half a pack of this amazing paper that makes me drool every time I look at it. This is the gold and rose gold specialty paper. So you get actually these 4 sheets, and we'll use that in the class, of course. And then you're going to get a half a pack of the specialty silver foils. I only charged people in the product calculation for a quarter of the pack, and then I figured out that I did it wrong, but I'm not changing the price, so you're going to get a little bit more. And then, because it only comes with 3 12 by 12 sheets, and I was thinking it had 4, because most of them have 4. Now, and then this is the last one, and you're going to get a quarter pack of this one, but this also, this has 6 pieces in it, 2 of each color. So I love these ones. This is one of my favorite papers. And so you'll be getting 6 by 12 pieces. So part of a pack, same with this, 6 by 12 pieces. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 8th one is something that I couldn't show you on camera. What is it? It's on my list. So here's my flyer. If you go into the links in the description that I'm going to show you, it has a link to this flyer. So the thing that's missing in there is, oh yes, the Metallics Embossing Powder Variety Pack. So in that Metallics Embossing Powder Variety Pack, you're going to get all the metallic embossing powders that you need, because I use silver, gold, and copper embossing powder in my tarnish foil technique. So that's a lot of stuff. Sign up for my product-based tarnish foil technique class, please. Alrighty. So next up, there's my little gold thing. Created this graphic today, you know. Oh my goodness, my camera is moving. That's not good. Let's get that figured out. Okay. Sometimes my little thing here just, it don't even know it's loose, and then suddenly, hello, it's falling down. Alrighty, so what are we using today? So again, the Simple Sweet Stampers tutorial bundle theme this month is the Happy Forest Friends, and I'm going to be using this designer paper for my card. I've created one version, the one that's going to go into the tutorial bundle, that is already in the tutorial bundle. And incidentally, if you purchase anything from me at any level, you will get the tutorial bundle for that given month for free. So it doesn't matter what size order, you will always get it. So if you place an order, I think the link's not quite in yet because it just went live, but tomorrow or whatever, you'll get the tutorial bundle for this set of projects. And they're 12 projects, generally pretty simple, straightforward kinds of projects. And it's doing it again. Please stop doing that, my little stand here. Don't know why it's doing that because I've got it really tight. Okay. So let's take a closer look at the Designer Series paper and the project that we're going to make. This is just really happy, pretty paper. And we all love some things that are simple, right? I mean, designer paper makes card making so easy. Now, the original design here is going to be the easy version. I think this may be one of my favorites. It's so cute, those little images. I didn't even use that in my project, but the ones that I used on my original were this one, and I used some of the backside. And then on my second design, I'm using this paper, the front and the back. So we'll show you those in just a second. All right. Who wants to see the project? I know you do. Okay, it's still falling. I'm so confused why it's falling. Like I can't tighten this thing any better. All right. Sorry for my tech issues here. Okay, so this is the project that we're making. Super simple. Like I said, we're going to do a stepped up version after we do this simple one. And the card I'm going to make for you now, again, uses a different set of designer series paper. One of the things I love to do is to remake designs using the same layout. It makes design so super easy. Okay. This is going to make me a little bit crazy here. Okay. Tighten, tighten, tighten. Okay. All right, so this this card base is soft suede, and I've used Old Olive cardstock on this one. And for this next one, I am using Sahara Sand, which has kind of a slightly greenish hue. It's one of our neutrals, and I love it. And I'm going to just put this together super fast, and then I'll show you the fancy version. So here's the paper I'm using. Again, I always have my adhesive on them already so that it just makes it super easy to put together and you don't have to watch me put adhesive on. The color in behind is Calypso Coral. And then I've got the back side of this same piece of designer paper. Oh my, this is the only problem with it slid. Hold on, off camera here. Okay, so the back side is this one. Oh my goodness gracious, it's still doing it. I don't know why it happens sometimes and doesn't happen other times. Can you tell I'm getting frustrated here? But okay, so this is the back side of that paper. And I'm just going to attach it to a small strip of my Calypso Coral that ripped, overlapped just a little bit there. Okay. All right, and now I'm just going to place that on here. My friend Anne-Marie is here. Hello, Anne-Marie. So I'm having major tech issues today, which you would definitely identify with, my friend. I can't seem to get my camera stand to stay and not keep sliding. It keeps moving. It's making me crazy. All right. Now, I have heat embossed this sentiment from the limited edition set. Favorite image in this set of all of them. It's just a great one. How can you go wrong with a paper hug, right? And I don't know what I'm going to do here because I can't seem to get it to stay. I'll just keep adjusting it and stop talking about it and, you know, pretend it's not happening. All right. Okay, so I've die cut that with the Stylish Shapes dies. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I've got dimensionals on the back side. Now, I'm actually not going to attach that yet because the first thing I need to do is wrap my white twine around. Now, I've got my dimensionals on the back. The backings are already removed, thus the sound. And I'm going to wrap this around twice. And then just tie myself a little bow. Now I'm going to have to probably move that just a little bit to get it into the right spot. The hardest part with this twine and getting a bow is holding the knot. Maybe I just tie a knot. I try not to tie a knot because it changes it a little bit, but I'm going to do it anyway, because it makes it a lot easier to tie the bow. Cute little baker's twine bow. All right. Look at that. I even got the tails about the same amount. When does that ever happen? All right. Now we're just going to go ahead and adjust this a little bit by bowing the paper. Oh my gosh. I'm not supposed to be saying anything about it, but there you go. It's sliding again. I have no idea. Okay. All right. This is just a comedy errors, man. All right, let's go ahead and, now we'll wait on that. I'm going to just bow this paper and slide my twine over because I want it to be just to the left of my sentiment. I think that should be about right. I've put my dimensionals on so that the twine is going to go in between those two dimensionals, the top and the bottom ones. Okay. And it's just going to tuck in right there to the right of the bow. I like to have it up just a bit. A paper hug from me. All right. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put that onto the card body. Same designer paper set and a completely different look. I love that. All right, let's get a couple of little embellishments on here. Okay. All right. I've got my champagne rhinestone jewels, and I actually need one of these big ones too. So grab both of them. So I like a big one right there next to the sentiment. Actually, I used a medium-sized one. I often don't use the big gems. Just usually they seem a little bit too big to me. I'm not sure why, but that's just my reaction to them. Maybe it's not that one that's moving. Just realized I might be messing with the wrong one. Oh, Lordy, give me 1 second here. This stand I have, it has like multiple articulating elements to it. So I think maybe the one I was messing with wasn't the one that was loose. All right, let's go ahead and put a few little champagne rhinestones. One of the things I love about these champagne rhinestones is they sort of morph with the color of whatever you're working with. They kind of look gold, as long as you're in the same general color vicinity. Let's see. So there we go. I got 3 small ones and 1 big one, and that is where I'm going to leave it. Now I do also have an inside piece. Again, it has glue on the back side. And I'm just going to go ahead and attach that in the inside. There we go. There are my 2 cards with the Happy Forest Friends Designer Series paper. Now, I am just going to do that again. I'm going to have to mess with this more when I'm off camera. Really figure out what the heck's going on with it. All right. So that is my first card. Now let me show you my stepped up version, which I'm going to be using some heat embossing. One of my absolute favorite things to do is to heat emboss, as you know, and I use a lot of heat embossing in my tarnished foil technique. I'm going to set those aside. Now I've used the pretty much exactly the same layout, but instead I'm going to be using my elegant eucalyptus embossing folder pair. I'm actually going to use just this one. I love this shape. It just looks so natural, sort of the, I can't know how well you can see it, but the foliage or whatever coming down from the sky or whatever. So I'm going to be using a piece of foil. This is the foil that was the brushed metallic foils that I showed you that you'll get if you buy the product-based option for my technique class, the tarnished foil technique class. This is the, I like to call it sort of like silver gold. It's like a light palish gold. It's more on the silver side than it is on the gold side. There's one that's a little bit more gold in the set as well. And then there's the one that's sort of copperish, those three. So we're using the lightest of the three. And what I'm going to do is take my embossing folder, and on the side that is smooth, okay, so this, let's see, recessed side. Okay, so this, the images here are recessed here, and the images here are poking out here. So we're going to be working with this side, and I'm going to take my Versamark ink pad. Now, this is one thing you'll need for the tarnished foil class that is not included in the kit, but it is essential. I didn't include it because in my mind, everybody would have Versamark in their collection because it's such an essential ingredient in anybody's crafting supply cabinet. So if you don't have it, you will definitely need it. And if you, whether you take the class or not, you're going to want to get this because you can use it for watermarks, you can use it for heat embossing, and I just love it. Okay, so this is the side with the images pushed in, moving down. So there's more flat area on this one. So what we're going to do is actually cover, gently rubbing all over the whole surface. And it's going to turn out a little bit different each time because it's kind of hard to tell if it's getting all over or exactly where it's getting. Now, also with the tarnished foil class, if you do the product-based class, if you have some of the items, like the embossing folders that are included, you can always change out those things. So you can substitute pretty much anything except for the cut foils. And you will have extra when you're done to use in the class. So, to use after the class, I should say. So now, my Versamark is on this side, and what I'm doing in here is I'm placing it in there so I can tell where it's going to emboss. And I kind of want some nice framing with a few of the bits of foliage coming down, and they get cut off a little bit on either side, but they look really nice this way. Now I also am putting it down a little bit because I want the bottom element to have a little bit of space underneath it. To fit with the design I have in mind. So once I press this down, here, I'm going to go like this for now because I need to get something else ready before I press that on there. So we're going to be using our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. This is not a 3D embossing folder, so we're going to just do our basic layering with the base plate, number 1, and then a number 3 plate. And then we're gonna now take this in the position that I left it in and just press it shut. Now when you use embossing folders, you always wanna go spine in first. Otherwise, if you do it this way, you can stretch the spine and it will break. It can break. And you don't wanna go this way either because this can rub against the edge and then it will also wear down that edge. Take it from me. I've done it. I've had customers do it. I've actually taped one of my embossing folders shut because it actually literally broke at the top. And guess what's happening again? Hello. Let's just fix this. Let's try another strategy here. Let's see if we can get that better. Okay, so it's tacked down in here, and we're just going to run that through the... Don't tell me I have an extra layer in there. Oh no, this is a 3D. When it doesn't go in, pay attention. Okay, so for this one it's different because it is 3D, and guess what? If I was watching comments, you guys probably saw it says, hello, 3D. So in this case... You take away the number 3 plates, and you never want to force your embossing machine. Never. If it's not going in, there's probably a reason. So now I've just got my number 1 plate, And then this special plate, which is a little bit thicker than one of the other ones, but it's only using one plate instead of the two. All right, let's try that again. And now it goes through nice and easily. Hi, Melissa. Always fun to have somebody with my name here. All right, let's put that away. And now, of course, when you open it up, it's not going to look like there's anything on there, but we know there's Versamark on there, right? Isn't that beautiful? It's beautiful as is. Love the foil papers. It's like among my favorite thing to play with of all time. And of course, my tarnished foil technique and my black ice technique both use the foil papers because I love them. Okay, so guess what this is? Black embossing powder. Let's see how this looks. This is a whole different look from the card we made with designer paper. And I think I even did a better job of this one than my original one. Ooh, full coverage there. Isn't that pretty? Oh, it's going to be so pretty. I see a little speck of green in there. Let's just tap that baby off. Okay, now it took off some of the powder, but I think it's okay. Depends on how much coverage you want. If it taps off, it's probably going to blow off anyway. So I'm thinking I don't want to be too, I want to leave it there. Okay, that's good. It's going to be so dramatic, and I love that. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to turn on my heat tool, make some noise, and let it heat up for 1 second. I'm going to do it sitting right there. All right. So what folder is it? It's the Elegant Eucalyptus pair of embossing folders. I'm only using this one now. All right, that's been sitting off camera heating a little bit. So now I'm going to bring it up to the camera and get the heating happen. Now when you're working with the foil papers, you don't want to overheat. So it's best if your heat tool is nice and hot to start with, so that you can do it more quickly and you don't have to linger on the foil. Some of the foils are more sensitive to heat. I've typically found that the copper ones tend to be more sensitive, and they can curl up and melt because there is sort of a plasticized surface on some of them on the back side. So I'm just moving across this, letting the embossing powder heat and melt. Okay, let's switch sides. Try to get it in the camera so you guys can see it change. It's always fun to see heat embossing change. Let's see. All right, let's get the top now. All right. I think I got it all. Let's take a look and see in the light. What do you guys think? Pretty dramatic, huh? I think it's cool. All right. Just getting that excess powder off. I don't see any that's coming off. It's nice and shiny, pretty full coverage. So yay. Got powder on my work surface. Let's get that off. All right, so now let's put this together. So I have given myself a jump start, as I do. This is really the main focal thing I wanted you to see was how to do this process. The rest is pretty straightforward, same card layout. Now in this case, I've used a larger piece, a larger layer here because I wanted just the smallest little bit of black around the edges. So this is Mossy Meadow. It's already attached to the front. And then I have a piece of black cardstock. And now this was my original one. You can see here that I didn't get nearly as good coverage with my Versamark as I did on this one. So when this card is done, this one's already assembled, I'm going to go ahead and we'll put this over the top so you can see what it would look like. Now, a couple other little things. I have to mess with this. I can't have it be wonky. Okay. So you can see I have a small strip of the same foil at the bottom, and it's got this nice little element of black streakiness. So to get that effect, you will need your jet black StazOn, and what you're going to do, and I'm going to do it right at the top of this, but it's exactly what I did on this bottom element right there. Essentially, just taking the jet black StazOn and just rubbing it against the edge. I like to have nice sort of little black borders or borders of any kind, whatever color I'm working with, to kind of help frame it and soften the edge a little bit. And then I went ahead and attached that there. This is actually wider because, because I cut it down a little bit when I was finishing the design. So I've just attached that one small strip down there. When I did the designer paper, of course, I covered the whole thing, but I had this little scrap, so I figured why not? And that's just going to go right there on the front. And I played around with different colors. I was playing with So Saffron because this has sort of a goldish yellowish hue, but it just didn't look right. And I figured this is foliage, so the green will probably be a nice contrast. All right. So the next thing I did was I created an element to go across the front there. So you may remember, right? Here's my 2 original designs. So this is exactly the same layout, just a really different look. So I created this. Where did the embossing folder go? Okay. I may have put it away. Okay, so this is created with the Hello and Thanks embossing folder pair. So it's a pair that is small, just like these two, this pair. And this one has thanks in all different languages on the front. So I've created this, of course, off camera. I used my Wink of Stella to color on the thanks to give it a little bit more play, so you'll be able to see it a little bit better. It's subtle. And then I just took a piece of Old Olive and my Parakeet Party metallic mesh ribbon and tied it around. Now, these are not the same greens, but I love all those greens together, and that little splash of bling is also just lovely because, of course, this is very blingy with the foil paper. So I've got dimensionals on the back, and I'm just going to place this here. Now, I'm justifying it quite a bit lower than on my original design because I really wanted to see this foliage hanging, that full effect of the hanging, which is why when I did my heat embossing on this version, I brought it down a little bit just to give me a little bit of extra room on the bottom. I love the ribbon too. So it's just a very different look. Now you could also bring in some embellishments to this this card if you wanted to. I think it might be nice. I didn't get around to actually finding those, but let's just take a quick look at how this might look. It's a little bit big. It's long, but that's kind of even more dramatic because I got more black on there. So fun, right? Really fun. So as an aside, one of the people that has signed up for the product-based tarnished foil class chose to switch out one of the embossing folders, the Splatter and Stripes, for this one. And so it just got me thinking, wow, this would be so fun. So I'm actually using this embossing folder in one of the project variations in the tarnished foil class. And of course, it's using foil paper, so this kind of just gives you a taste of it. Now, I've also worked on an inside piece, and if Anne-Marie is still here, she might appreciate this. My fellow Maker's Mojo Creative Escape presenters have really upped the ante on the insides, so I'm trying to up my ante, doing more on the insides of my cards. So this is a piece of Mossy Meadow cardstock, and I have a piece of white on there. I've added a little bit of foil with some black in behind just to really dress up that inside. And there you go. So it's all just ready to put in there. So I sort of feel like this kind of needs a few little embellishments, you know, but I'll have to figure that out off camera. If you guys have suggestions for which ones I should use, I am always open to suggestions. So let's see what we got there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around and get it facing me. And hopefully it won't keep doing that when I switch it around too. But we're almost ready, so to finish up. Okay, let's go ahead and flip it around. Okay, before I do that, this was the first element that I did to go here instead. And I don't know, it actually, I thought it blended in too much, like it was too much the same, but I think it would also be really pretty with the ribbon around, because then it would bring the green in. You know, the design process just kind of takes you in all different directions, right? But that's another possible element that could go there in the front. I think I might even like it more. Oh, changing my mind all the time, aren't I? All right, so I'm just going to show you this baby one more time. So in case you want to take advantage of my Blends Alcohol Markers Fjords offer, you'll have the host code, or if you just want to place an order. And again, I'll have in the video description a link to all of these different things that I'm offering. Let's see, what'd you say? You would put gold embellishments. Okay, love that embossed in gold. I'm going to have to look at your comments. What the heck is it doing here? Maybe. I am just having a tech problem today, guys. I can't even believe this. Okay, I got to turn that way. It's usually not so difficult. Okay, let's just try this again. You think you got it down, and there's still stuff. Oh my goodness. Something just fell. We won't talk about that, though. Jeez Louise. You know, you got to laugh at yourself, right? This is the Facebook Live where the camera kept falling. All right. So do a couple quick reminders, and then I'll let you guys go. And I'll go throw my stand in the garbage. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so the quick reminders. If you are close to $150 in merchandise purchasing through me for between July and August, and you're close, but you're not quite there, definitely pay attention. Look at your cumulative orders for July and August, because you'll earn this free event that I'm doing in September. So you'll get card kits in the mail to make 3 beautiful projects, and I'll be teaching you how to do them, of course. Let's see what else. And of course, you could always host a party. Contact me if you want to host a party, or join my wonderful Treehouse Chicks team. And of course, the Blends color sale going on. So buy 4, get the 5th one for free. You would buy the 4 using my host code that I just showed you. And then you'll fill out a form and let me know which blends you would like. The deadline for that is September 1st. Which is 2 weeks from today. So I'll probably be mentioning it 2 weeks from today at my next Facebook Live. So I will be gone, of course, next week. So I'm not doing one next week. I'm contemplating doing Facebook Lives every week in September. You know, just to, you know, whatever, keep things going, try to earn this incentive trip. And of course, if you're interested in my technique classes, make sure to check out the details in the video description. And if you're going to Texas, make sure to sign up for the Creative Extravaganza or come join us there. It's going to be so much fun. All right, that's all I've got today. I already mentioned that I will be going live again on Thursday, September 1st. And these projects with the dimensions, supplies, and all the details in the video will be in a blog post that will go live either tomorrow or Saturday, depending on when I'm able to do it. So I hope you've enjoyed today's projects, and that I've made you laugh a little bit with my drooping camera. Can't forget to show you. Okay, so the faux leather class. It just caught my eye over here. I'm going to show you the bucket of projects that I have designed and planned. So this is this bucket. Okay, there's actually 7 projects in there. Because I've also got a technique page that's going to be part of the class. And like I said, there's 2 cards and 4 things that are actually variations are different, like 3D things. Anyway, so much fun. I'm going to show you just one piece, and it's actually different from most of the others, but just to give you an idea of what this looks like. It is quite amazing. So this is a little sample of one of the pieces that I created. Faux leather. Isn't that cool? It looks like leather, does it not? It's amazing. I have had so much fun playing with this. So that's going to be the October class, and I will likely have a product-based option for that. That's my plan. That will be available, I'm thinking mid-September. I want people to be able to buy it before the end of September. I probably never said it. I have to get these points by the end of September. So September 30th is my deadline for earning the incentive trip. So kind of packing everything in as much as I can into August and September so I can get the sales for the incentive trip. So that's what I got for you. I hope this is a nice little fun enticement. I have all the projects there, but you know, don't want to show too much. Maybe I'll show them later. All right, everybody. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Or maybe if you're a demonstrator and you're going to New Orleans, I'll see you in New Orleans. Definitely say hello and introduce yourself if you will be there. I would love to meet you. All right. Have a wonderful evening. Bye, everybody.